Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about influencers and how they make their money. You might be wondering, this guy over here or this girl over here has 100,000 followers. All they do is post TikToks and I don't see them actually working a real job. How do they make their money? Well, I'm going to be telling you and exactly how much they're making. If you want to get your bread up this year, I'm talking mad stacks of cash. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Otherwise, you're going to wind up sleeping underneath the bridge. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You can do whatever you want. I just know my followers and I, we would prefer not to. So make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're recording?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We are recording, guys. We are going on a little bit of a road trip. Got me suitcase here. Full suitcase for like 2 days of travel. You know me. But I thought I'd answer a few questions on how social media influencers, I think that's a very cringe term, influencers, what are you actually doing influencing? I wanted to answer some questions about how these influencers actually make their money, whether it be me, people I know, my friends. We are all kind of in this realm of influencing. I think we make content and as a byproduct we are able to influence people, and there is actually some pretty cool avenues you can make money and have multiple different income streams. I think there isn't enough transparency out there of how these influencers are making their money and how you could potentially do the same as well. You see these bits of paper here? I worked pretty damn hard for them for 4 years. They cost a lot of money, maybe $60,000 of HEX debt. And to be honest, I make more money through social media, literally making TikToks for a living, than I would in a top graduate job with those degrees. Is that real Louis V?
It's vintage.
This is my cool little suitcase. This is my day trip suitcase, and then up here I have, no, not up here, it's somewhere here. It's matching suitcase, and that's when we go for full international spec. And then I just got the small one you obnoxiously put on the carry-on on a plane. Do a pose for the camera.
Road trip.
Hi. That's
the tip, guys. You always do a pose and look hot so that if you get caught, at least your pic is cute.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was speeding. Where's the proof?
Forearms look great while he's driving.
When she asks you when you ask her where she wants to eat and she just says, I don't know, you choose, and your forearm, I meant to look a whole lot more vascular there. It should look like a road map.
You know, it's looking like geography.
Not really, there's not a single visible vein, but thanks for pumping me up anyway. We are on the way to a big prime train at Thomas's football game, round 1 for Good Friday. Happy Easter, ladies and gentlemen. And I think we're running 15 minutes late because just life, a bit of traffic on the road, and
we also painted some signs. They're in the back. They say "Go Prime Train."
Go Prime!
We're gonna big
kiss me, marry me. So that should be exciting. Good Friday game, 2 p.m. It's the big rivalry, Wangaratta v Wangaratta.
People ask what Gab does. I always say, we talked about, I think the first time we ever met as well, I think they say a wealthy man or woman, girls can be rich too, has 8 different sources of income.
Yeah.
And I remember we were counting, you were sort of talking me through. So if you're comfortable, what are your sources of income at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, because what I'm realizing now is you could go into a traditional job where you're just getting a salary and you're capped to that salary. You might be a doctor or surgeon, you might have a massive salary, but when you're a social media influencer or doing something a bit more entrepreneurial or creative, you have the ability to open up yourself to multiple different streams of revenue. I often forget about some of the sources of income and they just tick away. Number 1 would be the programs. So on our website, all the different programs we have there, meal plans, running programs, gym programs, all that kind of thing. The second one for me is definitely the apparel brand. It's the most hyped up and actually brings in the most money. But the thing about apparel is, I've told you, the overheads are just so high. So you have to do these absolutely huge purchase orders. You got to pay someone to send it out. There's just all these hidden costs, transaction fees. So it ends up being the profit margins aren't amazing on it. But of course, I love doing the apparel. It's a massive passion project. I think it's great to have. When I see someone in real life wearing our apparel, that's just the next level feeling.
What do you look for yourself? What makes gym apparel good? What do you like? Well,
for leg days and whatnot, I want something that I'm comfortable in. I can squat, isn't gonna tear, it's breathable. For a tank, I don't like those stringer ones, those ones that really revealing where you can see their nipples. I don't like that so much. So I like more of a tank where it's cuffed off. So that's kind of the style we went for. And then we obviously got the wife beater style one as well, which is more of a casual.
I met Gab and he was wearing a white wife beater.
I was at a club as well. So there you go, not in the gym setting.
No, oh my god, do you want to tell the story? Someone said you guys should talk about how you met. But you best believe it's a great story.
So, the people want to know how social media influencers make money. I'd say those are kind of unconventional because I think I was more of a businessman before I became an influencer. So I already had the programs along with Louis, like we set it all up. We registered business. We kind of knew what we were doing. Or not really knew what we were doing, but it was very structured.
Alrighty, so this is the state of the hotel we have for the weekend. It's actually surprisingly good. I thought it'd be a lot more worse than this. Don't know why. But it's actually pretty damn modern. We've got 2 desks here for a bit of studying. Now, Louis was meant to stay in that one, but he's not there. So we are sleeping in this bed. And the lady is sleeping in that bed because obviously separate beds for more optimal sleep is very important. Who has infiltrated the bathroom and put 50 million things everywhere. And I don't have a single thing in this bathroom. So well done.
Thanks.
And we'll catch you back in the studio. That's what we're dealing with. It's not too shabby at all. Nice little pool, nice little hot tub.
You're Wangaratta.
They're supporting Tom. They're losing though, unfortunately.
Bolchi!
Let's go, Tom. Where is he? He's playing in the midfield. We're out in nature here. Just went for a little walk, exploring this beautiful country town. But you know what? You guys probably care about, our vlog, our life, us being happy and enjoying life. You probably want to know what the third way social media influencers make money, right? So the third way is probably the one that I'm only just getting now, but it is actually probably the most conventional way these influencers make their money, and that is through brand deals. Whenever you see on your Instagram, your Snapchat, your TikTok, some of your favorite influencers or just like an influencer you're watching, they're promoting some sort of product, they are most likely getting paid, or they should be getting paid. A lot of brands like to exploit influencers and just send them free product. If it's like a really cool brand, I might accept that and just like chuck up a story out of goodwill. But a lot of the time these influencers are getting paid. If they're a big influencer, like let's say the Inspired Unemployed, or I don't even know who else there is, like a big fashion girly influencer who gets 100,000 likes, they're probably getting paid an absolute bag. And this is probably the most conventional way that a lot of these influencers make their money. Like you might be out there working your 9-to-5 job, working for the man, 100 hours a week, and you come home and you made 800 bucks after tax. Some of these influencers, they chuck up a story which takes 30 seconds and send the invoice for 5K there. It's pretty wacky, honestly. Like, not gonna lie, for my audience, which is like pretty big on TikTok, pretty strong following on Instagram, Snapchat, some of the story amounts like you can charge at that rate is like $2,000. So it's decent once you do build up an audience. But for me, I take great responsibility in my audience because we have such high levels of trust. I know that like if I promote something, a lot of them are gonna buy it. So I don't wanna promote products that 1, don't align well, and 2, are just like bad, scammy products and they just send you a bunch of money. Like I want them to actually bring value to my followers. But yeah, some of these influencers literally make scary amounts of money. Like I'm not naming names, but I know influencers that are making like $2 million a year just through brand deals. A lot of these bigger influencers, they have a manager and they're out there negotiating to all these brands on their behalf and taking these huge brand deals. I don't even want to tell you how much they're getting for like a single TikTok. Or the best one is when they pay you to make the TikTok for you and then they run ads on it and your face is there. Like you may have seen influencers on like KO ads and whatnot. They don't actually have to post that on their own profiles. KO is putting the money behind it, paying them a fat bag, and literally people buying houses from this kind of stuff. It is an insane way to make money. So I'd say for me at the moment, I'm making money through my programs, my apparel, which I feel is like my own brand, giving people value. It's really cool owning something yourself. But now what's coming in now is like the brand deal money as well, which is almost like an influencer salary. I've got a manager, they get me a bunch of brand deals. I'll say yes or no, then we give them the rate, then we want the package to kind of be aligned with what we want to do. We don't want to have to do a 5-minute documentary, reading a script saying, you should buy this. I want to be like, this is fucking dope, buy it if you want. Or like just do it really casually, because I hate doing stuff that's a really hard sell.
I used to live in a really small country town. Never would have had the confidence to ever post a TikTok or anything like that. and then started doing a little bit moved to Melbourne because I was like, there's such a wide crowd here, it doesn't really matter. And straight away they're rolling in. No, I think it's exciting, but similar boat. I'd never want to advocate for something I don't believe in or stand for, because I don't think morally that's right.
Had like quite a bit of experience with like the brand deals and the business side of things more than like the influencer side of things. I know how much like influencers are worth. So if you're an influencer out there and a brand's reaching out to you and they're not paying you, you're getting absolutely scammed, mate. Saturday night, what is it, 10 p.m. now. Literally all my buddies are out at the clubs, at the bars, whatever, but you know, I've got so much work to do. I don't know, I was away this weekend and I got to do some editing, get back into the flow of content, get back into business stuff, creating products, make sure we keep that roof over our heads. So just couldn't do it. I also feel like a little bit sick as well, so I feel like it'd be irresponsible if I went out. Definitely would be a whole lot of fun, but I just feel, you know, I'm a bit sick. I have heaps of work to do, so probably do need a good night's sleep, and the last thing I need is alcohol. So instead we're gonna hit a little bit of a gym session, get our meals down and just grind away, maybe get to editing this YouTube vlog. Hate deadlifts, so we have our third deadlift variation for the week, and that is snatch grip deadlifts. Now we're supersetting with some triceps. I got no idea what this one's called. I just saw it on like a video on my FYP or something. I thought I'd try it out, and the contraction is absolutely insane. You feel it in like parts of the tricep you've never even trained before. Let me know in the comments what the name of this is. These are genuinely disgusting. If you've ever done good mornings, you know they absolutely shred your hamstrings, and after every set, I'm shaking. I can barely walk. Guys like this informative but also vlog style of videos, let me know in the comments, or if you want me to change something up or have an idea of how to do things better, make sure you let me know as well. I have thick skin. That constructive criticism is very much appreciated. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Mwah.